Hey everybody, welcome back to Mama Zodiac Tarot. It's Mama, of course, and we are doing predictions for the month of August. And yeah, we're gonna go into each sign and just see what's going on for the month. Any kind of guidance that we can get from your guardian angel, your ancestors, your guides, the ones that kind of are there on the day to day, walking with you and watching over you and laughing at you when you make mistakes. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, so we're gonna go starting from Aries and just see what your guidance is for the month. Okay, so we got coins coming out here, coming out in reverse. It says money will be coming to you. It's coming out in reverse. I'm seeing physical body, Gaia, coming out in reverse, truth, higher self, as well as life force in reverse. So someone could be Aries, you could be using money, excuse me, not money. You could be using your body at this time as a way to, make your means with this Aphrodite card showing up here in Life Force. You could be using your physical body as a means to actually make money. And your ancestors are saying that, you need to think a little bit deeper about the ways that you make your money because sometimes it's not actually working out for you. So definitely think about your body and your physical health and make sure that you take care of your vessel and your body because that's the most important thing for you, okay, Aries? So it's really important that you nurture your body with the proper foods, fruits, vegetables, nurture your soul as well. But that goes, in all aspects, not just the food that you put in your body, but in order to sustain your physical body, you have to make sure that you care for it on a sacred level, on a spiritual level. So, having a lot of different sexual partners, sleeping around, doing it unprotected, things like that. So, yeah, Aries, you're being urged to take better care of your health, take better care of your physical body, and be real with yourself, all right, with this truth. Like, be real with yourself about the negative habits you have, about the toxic behaviors, about the things that you're not doing. Stop lying to others and lying to yourself because you're only deceiving yourself and you're only sabotaging your own life. So it's time for you to light the way for truth in your life. Be honest with yourself, be real with yourself, and be real with other people. Okay. And then lastly, life force with Aphrodite. So, like I said, taking a break from the sexual endeavors and understanding that, yes, your creative energy is connected to your sacral energy, but you don't want to just be using your sex appeal or, your sexual energy or your life force energy for anything that could be negative or could be harmful. So I want to read this life force card to you guys. I don't normally go to the books here, but I'm glad this one. Because I think some of you will be interested to read directly from the book if we could do that really quickly and not take too long. Knowing me, so 45. Because it really just gives the energy of like you've been, having bad habits. You've been treating yourself like you're, a scum of the earth. You're not treating yourself well. You're treating yourself badly. You're not making good decisions. You have poor, decision making. You're not making healthy choices. And at some point, you have to take accountability. You can't be sitting up here blaming anybody else for the choices that you make. You can't blame anybody else for, whatever you lack, whatever you don't see. When you wake up and you look in the mirror every day, if you don't like what you see, then it's up to you to, change whatever you want to change and fix whatever you want to fix. But you have to stop living in shame and living in fear and be honest with yourself about what it is that you can fix, and then whatever you can fix, then you have to learn to love it and accept it. Okay, so it says seduction, libido, sexuality, attraction for life force Aphrodite. It says your sexuality is awakened on fire and your lustier appetites are in search of satisfaction. You're attractive, seductive, and powerful, and a green light of availability to a sexual partner is flashing. This is what makes the world go round, and nothing is more intriguing and exciting than your life force asserting itself. The key to enjoying this fiery essence is containment. You must control and direct your life force energy rather than allow it to control and overwhelm you. Otherwise, you can become mindlessly addicted to your senses, which can be debilitating and enslaving. Delight in your sensual self, but be discriminating about where it leads you. Use your judgment. Don't be raw dog in life, okay? I said that. Raw life force is best partnered with reason and the greater force of love to bring you to the heightened state of ecstasy you seek. Trust the sensual goddess Aphrodite as she unleashes your passions, but respect her as well. Her message for you: use your fiery passions creatively, not destructively. All right, I can't make it up because that's what I said. So that is what I have for you, Aries. I hope that you receive it with love, and I'll see you guys later. Let's go on to Taurus. What we got going on with Taurus? I see Fox. So it says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So this is coming out in reverse. So maybe you guys haven't been taking advantage of your resources, and being wise and being smart about how you manage your time, manage your efforts, manage the help that you can get and the resources you have at this time. All right, Taurus. So let's get some more fries with that. I'm seeing balance, divine teachers in reverse, business. Oh, I can't make it up. This is about business. A business here, business opportunity, Taurus. Business and Venus coming out, and then purpose with master teacher. So whenever I see this card, I always think of he's on down the road, that yellow brick road. And I think of Saturn too. This kind of reminds me of Saturn, you know, that master teacher where he's kind of like high up, just watching you do everything, and he's guiding you and teaching you lessons along the way, and showing you that everything has a purpose. Everything happens for a reason, you know, even if it feels like it's dark or it's negative, or oh my god, why do I feel like I'm constantly going through things? Well, you know, the road to the road to happiness is going to be paved with good intentions. And so that's what's happening here. If you know that your intentions are good, then you know that you're on your way to goodness. Even if you might have made a couple of mistakes, or things might have gone wrong, or you was, you know, victimized or been taken advantage of, you know that everything is for a purpose, and that you have a higher, you know, calling here, that you actually have a mission that you're being called to do. And so never be afraid to seek that deeper purpose and that deeper meaning. August is a great time to, you know, look for the bigger picture about why you do the things that you do. Give yourself your flowers. You know, with these flowers, like, remind yourself of who you are. Like, just think about the last 30 to 60 days. What are some accomplishments that you've made in your life? And give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back, okay, for everything that you've been through this month. With business and Venus coming out, it's telling me that, you know, be careful of mixing business and pleasure for sure, but also don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to rely on, you know, your business partners. Don't feel like you have to do it alone, or that you, that would be opportunistic, quote unquote, to take advantage of, you know, the people that you have around you. That's not opportunistic to take advantage of, you know, people who want to see you do better, people who want to see you achieve your goals and reach your purpose. It's okay to take advantage of those partnerships and those friendships, as long as you do it kindly and you do it coming from love and you do it from compassion. Then there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of whatever leveraging whatever connections you have when it comes to business. I'm also hearing, you know, don't be afraid to give back when it comes to your business. Don't be afraid to offer, you know, free services, discounted services. Don't be afraid to just offer help, you know, with your services. So, you know, I don't know if, like, back to school is coming around. I don't know if you want to do like a back to school drive for your business, or collaborate with another business to offer some free services together. Or, you know, doing service for service with another service provider. Like, hey, if you know, let me do this service on you, I'll do the service on you in exchange. And then, you know, you both can get the promotion and you both can put yourself out there. It's called trade for print. So, you know, working with the resources that you have to really get the things that you need done, and really not giving yourself an excuse. All right. I'm seeing balance in reverse as well. This one is really, really important. You know, balancing give and take, balancing how you treat the people that you work with, how you treat the people that you care about, making sure that you're always being fair when it comes to the compassion and the love that you give to others, as well as, you know, the compassion that you give to yourself. Yeah, so it's really a time to ask yourself, you know, do you do things with any kind of like secret agenda with this balance in reverse? Like, are you truly being selfless? Are you truly being kind? Or, you know, are you looking at people like, you owe me, I'm gonna want something in, you know, return, like trying to have control over people when it comes to your kindness? Or are you the opposite, where you maybe, you know, withhold and you're afraid to even give any energy or want to exchange with people because you don't want to be taken advantage of, you know, or have somebody play around with you and your energy? So you really need to find that balance when it comes to give and take, when it comes to relationships. And yeah, it's a really hard thing. It's one of the most difficult things to even learn. So you got to give yourself grace when it comes to learning how to find balance and, you know, equal give and take with your relationship. So I want to read this business Venus card to you guys, because I think that one was the most crucial one for me from what I'm seeing here. 52. So I got the book here. 52. Okay, it says business Venus, money, profits, bargaining, negotiating. The abundantly prosperous and infinitely loving divine goddess Venus delights in guiding you in your business and money making matters. As the goddess of love and relationships, she affirms that at the heart of all success in business, you'll find good relationships between people who trust one another. She points you to new levels. Sorry for the pauses. She points you to new levels of mastery and applying love in order to create the most advantageous business partnerships possible. She wants you to move past any resistance to her garden of earthly abundance and learn the art of creating prosperity and success. With her assistance, you'll find that you genuinely love what you're doing professionally and have a new appreciation for those you work with. The win-win approach to business will empower your efforts, and soon you'll find yourself in state of grace when it comes to succeeding on the material plane. With Venus as your divine mentor, you'll be guided to the right place at the right time and blessed with the right ideas to create a successful outcome for all. Let your heart be as generous as possible in your work and approach it as an art whose creation you delight in. Guard against becoming greedy or drunk with materialism. Venus's message: business is an art which you can master if you work from the heart and work with love. So for the energy of all of these readings, okay, for the month of August, I can tell you right now, it's going to be all about finding happiness, finding joy, all right, finding your joy and not being afraid to take risk. Okay, so I think I'm going to name this reading Fortune Favors the Bold, because anyone who's not afraid to take those risks and be bold and go after what they want, it's going to reward you this month. Okay, so that's definitely what I am seeing for you, Taurus. Love you guys, and I will catch y'all on the next one. What do we have for my Geminis? We got Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment, which was kind of coming out sideways. So let's see about that. I am seeing imagination, inner child, solitude, higher self, and death from guardian angels. Whoa, you are going through it, are you, Gemini? Okay, you're going through a lot. All right. With this imagination and inner child, you have your inner child that's screaming out to you to talk to them, screaming out to you to, reinvigorate yourself, to find that peace, find that healing. So I'm going to suggest, guidance for this month, Gemini. You need to start doing the healing work when it comes to your inner child. First and foremost, you need to be, reigniting that passion, that imagination, the childlike innocence that you had, right? The part of you that believed in miracles, the childlike innocence that might have been taken from you possibly at a young age with this death here, because there's a lot of sorrow, it's a lot of dread, looming in the energy, and you may be feeling a lot of despair, like everything is over, or you may be feeling like just dreading the days, or having a hard time even making it through and wanting to push through. You can be very weak at this time, but your inner child is saying to imagine a greater time. Remember that I'm here, and if you talk to me, if you write letters to me, and we talk this out, and we can write these letters, and we can burn it, and we can have these conversations, and we can go frolic in nature, and we can release all of that negativity and that energy to a tree. We can go to therapy, we can do music healing, dog healing, dog therapy. There's so many different ways that your inner child is screaming out to you right now and just saying, hey, please talk to me, let's heal. All right, let's do the shadow work, because there's such an innocence about you, there's such a beauty and childlike wonder that you have, that you have to bring back to the forefront in order for things to get better for you. Okay, Gemini, in order for life to start changing, you have to attack those inner childhood wounds. All right, I'm seeing the number 7 on here, so it's all about that spiritual alignment, and you getting back in tune with who you once were, and knowing that you are divine, and you've always been part of the divine, but just remembering that divine nature and bringing it back to the forefront is going to be really, really important. Okay, that's why they want you to get in this solitude, because they want you to find a safe space. They want you to protect your energy. All right, didn't I say go release to a tree? All right, it's druid energy that this is giving me, But yes, you should definitely go release to a tree. If you're being pushed to solitude, if you feel like you're losing everything around you, you're all alone, you don't have friends, you don't have family, no one's in the energy, it's because This is not for no reason. God is pushing you to isolate, okay, Gemini, so that you can spend the time with yourself that you need to in order to put an end to things that are no longer serving you, put an end to things that are holding you back, all right? So your guardian angels and your higher self and your inner child are the most important thing for you in this month of August, all right? I almost want to read all three of these cards to you. My gosh, you guys are definitely going through it, but I will just stick to death, page 30, and I'll leave you with that, all right, Gemini? It says devastation, surrender, defeat, humiliation. As hard as this may be to admit, it's time to give up on your present efforts and walk away from a situation that has no more life in it. Whether it's a dead-end job, a relationship that has run its course, or a pattern of behavior that in you that's no longer getting you what you want. Recognize what isn't working anymore. There are times in life when things or circumstances come to a natural end, some of which may seem beyond your control. This is one of those times. Your guardian angels are surrounding you as the reality of this dead-end situation settles in. Specifically, I'm hearing a masculine. There's a masculine specifically that's coming up and speaking to you. Let me see what he's saying. He has some sort of gift for you. This is fire coming out sideways. Yeah, like he's saying that, you have a lot of passion, you have a lot of strong emotions, and, it's almost like a love-hate back and forth relationship that you have with this person. And they're saying that you need to focus on, your happiness right now. And you need to put an end to certain things. And that's why they had to create this ending, because you weren't happy, all right? So it says, your guardian angels are surrounding you as the reality of this dead-end situation settles in. They come for you at a time when it appears as though all is lost. Although you're not experiencing a physical death, your angels indicate that something has indeed died, that which has been harming your spirit. The good news is that the worst has already occurred. It will not get any worse than this, and soon a new day will dawn. As hard as it can be to admit, accept that defeat or dead end, because the sooner you do, the sooner the real gifts you seek will appear from the right resources. This is not an easy time for you, but it will become easier if you let go. Your guardian angel's message: let go and let God take over, and you move on, all right? So that's what I have for you, Gemini. I'm sending you a lot of love at this time, all right? Spend the time with yourself that you need. Spend the alone time with your inner child that you're needing to really get the guidance and the peace and the serenity and the happiness that your ancestors have for you, all right? Love you guys, and I will see you later. Cancer. We have Vine. Seek out information that will help you. So right now is really a time to get in your bag when it comes to your wisdom and your knowledge and your understanding. Okay, Cancer? It's the time to deepen your knowledge. So I don't care if that's, occult practices, spirituality, your job, philosophy, just reading books, watching the news, political media, whatever. You need to be seeking out the proper information. You need to be seeking the truth at this time. Okay, I'm seeing bravado, warrior guides. So yeah, it's all about you standing strong, standing tall, standing your ground, not being afraid, all right, not backing down, staying very optimistic, and knowing that you have people that are willing to care for you and be there for you. Now, I am also seeing with this red hand that's pointing at this person with the sword. Make sure that when you're doing things, that you're doing it for good reason, that you're doing it healthily. Don't be out here trying to sabotage people or trying to take people down just because you think you're bigger or you're badder. Okay, Cancer? Don't be trying to be no freaking cult leader, a big warrior, like, oh, I think I'm the biggest and the baddest with this bravado. Like, make sure that you keep your ego in check. Okay, that's going to be really, really important, Cancer, for you to keep your ego in check and make sure that you're not just operating from ego and having unhealthy competition and just trying to win at all costs and be sneaky and take people down. Like, do not be in any kind of bully energy, all right? I'm seeing compromise in reverse with master teacher. So yeah, your master teachers are saying, like, it's really, really important for you to learn how to compromise with people. Okay, your mouth can get you in some trouble here. That's what this is giving me, right? Your mouth can get you in some trouble. Your attitude can get you in some trouble. Your competitiveness, your competitive nature, your ego. These things can really harm you, Cancer. And so they're saying that it's really important for you to get your ego in check and go back to the drawing board, because sometimes you think that you're this big leader when in actuality you're not the guru yet. It's still more learning for you to do. There's still more compromise for you to make, all right? So there's still more for you to learn, okay, before you become the teacher. So don't be so quick to call yourself the teacher, especially when it comes to your gifts, all right? With gifts showing up here, when it comes to your gifts, whether that be spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts, your creativity, creativity, your art that you create. I don't care. Whatever talents that you have, all right, whatever it is that you're able to create and do, whether that's working with your hands, having the gift of gab, because I do see hands on this card. So maybe you're somebody who works with your hands. They're saying that there's still a lot more for you to learn, okay? Do not think that you are Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all. Do not think that you are the smartest person in the room, because that ego will have you in trouble, all right? So they're saying to check that ego and make sure that you have all the proper information before you sound like an ass, all right, before you be talking up out of your behind, all right, Cancer. So that's what I have for you. Definitely continue to be open to learning, all right, and sharing your gift, and doing the things that bring you joy, all right? So that's what I have for you. Never doubt your talents. Always believe that when you have the proper guidance and you have the proper knowledge and the proper information, then your gifts can definitely make room for you, and you can definitely make money off whatever it is that you feel you want to make money off, all right? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Love you guys, and I will see y'all on the next one. Leo, what's going on with Leo? Seahorse, family matters, all right? So family matters. What's going on with the family? Family matters. I love that show. You know what's so crazy? I was just thinking about I'm so mad I can't remember her name right now. Is it Myra? Myra, yeah, her character. I can't think of her real name, but for some reason Misa Hilton just came to my mind. That's weird. I don't know what that's about. Misa Hilton. Okay, but Leo, family matters. I'm seeing appreciation in reverse, pleasure from divine goddess, and discipline in reverse. So yeah, listen, it's it's time for you to get those toxic habits in check, okay? Leo, it's time for you to get those indulgences and those pleasures and those things that make you happy. Make sure that, you're not overindulging, that you're not overspending, that you're not over, partying and hanging out and always spending your time just, indulging and just living it up. Make sure that you take the time to rejuvenate, to relax, to be with your spirit, to bring balance back to yourself. You can't always be on the go. Sometimes you got to be doing the introspection. Sometimes you got to be taking time to yourself. Sometimes you got to be actually, not giving yourself everything that you love, to be honest, all right, with pleasure. So always know that, sacrifice definitely comes with a price, but it also comes with a reward. Okay, so yes, when you sacrifice things, there is something that you lose, but it's a minor setback for a major come up. So when you give up certain pleasures, you know that in the end, that discipline, bro, I forgot the discipline card was right here, but listen, when you give up access, when you deny yourself certain pleasures and you have the discipline to, fast from certain things that are not serving you, then you can see life's real blessings, all right? Then you can really start to see things shake and move in your life. So if someone's been wondering, and they're a Leo out here, Leo, you should definitely do some fasting. You should definitely think about giving up something for the month of August and being. What was that about? There's something, I'm not going to go into it, but with me repeating myself. But whatever this habit is, it's definitely time for you to put it to rest for a while, so that way you can actually appreciate the lighter side of life. Because I'm seeing, with this appreciation coming out in reverse, that maybe you've been missing out on the beauty in life. Maybe you've been, missing out on all that's out there for you to see, even if it's just the flowers, even if it's just the way that the sun shines and the way that the sky is bright blue at, early in the day, and then it's this dark color at night. They just want you to start paying attention and showing appreciation for everything, because you've been kind of distracted. You haven't been focused. You haven't been disciplined. All right. You've been all in your indulgences and your pleasures. Okay. Leo, and they want you to take a pause, take a step back, all right? Really focus and get disciplined, so that way you can see the bigger picture and get some appreciation out of life. Because sometimes when you're in this energy of all I care about is my passions and my pleasures, then you miss out on powerful opportunities. You miss out on important guidance and help that possibly could be given to you. So you see this person is exchanging flowers with another person. So, there might be a piece of guidance, a homeless person, a stranger. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be a random encounter, something that you see in a movie or a TV, but it could be exactly what you needed to hear in that moment. Or someone can give you a gift, all right, with this box here. Someone's definitely going to be receiving a gift. So confirmation with the burp. Definitely make sure that you're focused and you pay attention and that you're disciplined, so that way you don't miss out on any potential guidance that you might be given at this time. All right, so I'm going to read the discipline card. But something is also drawing me to this pleasure card. Oh my God, I can't read two. I can't read two. I'm gonna go with pleasure. I'm gonna go with pleasure, and I'm gonna just call it a day because I can't. I don't want this video to be super long. And I've already said the message. You guys got it. This is just adding extra oomph. You know, it says fulfillment, abundance, satisfaction, contentment. Contentment. The divine goddess smiles upon you, urging you to step into her luscious and beautiful garden and drink from her well of vitality and joy. Relax, have fun, and allow the good times to roll. Life is to be enjoyed, not endured. Whether it's a fun day at the beach or a rousing sexual romp with your lover, the divine goddess reminds you that there's nothing holy, superior, or righteous in resisting pleasures or hiding your beauty. She has stepped into your life to remedy the sad fact that you're not taking joy in much of anything, right? That's what I say. You haven't been taking joy in stuff. You haven't been seeing the beauty in life because of whatever you're being distracted by. Okay? So it says life is at risk of becoming too black and white and shades of gray, and you're missing color. You're not taking joy in much of anything as of late and have lost touch with your beauty. She sweetly advises you not to postpone your rewards until you're in heaven. She encourages you to enjoy a little heaven on earth. That's so funny. I said don't indulge, and now they're saying indulge. But I'm talking about a different type of indulgence. When I say not indulging in your pleasures, I'm saying to be careful of, you know, the bad habits, the toxicity, the things that distract you from seeing the beautiful things that you have in front of you. All right. But it says she sweetly advises you not to postpone your rewards until you're in heaven. Instead, she encourages you to enjoy a little heaven on earth. Indulge your soul in some delicious food, good music, close friends, and playful fun. Use her sparkle to inspire you to embellish your environment. Redecorate. Add a splash of color to your beige walls. Bring in fresh flowers and make yourself beautiful as well. Perhaps try a new hairstyle, dabble in sexy cologne, buy new clothes. Overall, accept yourself as a beautiful human being. This is a harvest, a time of abundance and flow. Share your beauty with others, be generous, and don't fret about overindulging or getting carried away. Get used to the beautiful life and consider it your birthright to dance in the divine goddess's garden. Her question to you, how good can you stand it? So with this seahorse and family matters, I think what they're saying is be around friends, be around family, indulge, spend time with your loved ones, all right? Your loved ones. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that you know it resonates and you receive it with love, and I'll see y'all later. What do we have for Virgo? Ooh, decisions. Teapot. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. All right, so deep friendship with someone of the same gender. What is this about? Decisions with higher self, celebration, enjoy gods, and self-esteem coming out in reverse. Really? So there's going to be some sort of decision that you have to make, all right? A path that's opening up is what I'm seeing here. And I think that with this decision, with this heart here, they're saying, you know, to operate from love, Virgo, use your heart when it comes to making this decision. Make sure that your heart is open and that your heart is guiding your steps. You know, because if something you feel passionate about it and it makes you happy and you love it and it's not harming anybody and it's not destructive to you, then there's no reason why you shouldn't do it, right? So if you know that you love someone and this is not something destructive, then you should definitely take the chance and, you know, go ahead and do it. So definitely factor in your heart when it comes to making your decisions, especially when it comes to your joy. I can't make it up. When it comes to what makes you happy, all right, with this celebration. I definitely feel like August is going to be a beautiful month full of a lot of happy times, celebrations, you know, just really, really good things. And your ancestors want you to enjoy that. But the only way for you to enjoy that is to open up your heart. All right. I am also seeing self-esteem and love. I said self-esteem and love. Whoa. Okay. So it's something about your self-esteem when it comes to love. So you may have been betrayed in love matters in the past, and that has affected the way that you feel about love now. And you have your guard up. When it comes to love, but they're saying that, you know, this is protected with Archangel Michael coming out here on the self-esteem card, that you know your heart is always going to be protected, and it's okay to protect your heart, but don't do so to so much to the point where you deny yourself love. Okay, Virgo. So even if it is with someone of the same gender here, all right, if you know that that's what you're attracted to, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to move from your heart space. Don't worry about how society is going to view you or how society is going to judge you when it comes to you making your decisions. Okay, so I'm seeing self-esteem in reverse. I want to read that card with Archangel Michael. Let's see if we can pull it here. 16. Self-esteem, Archangel Michael. It says integrity, self-expression, boundaries, and convictions. You may feel like the odd man out right now, as others may not fully appreciate or support your ideas or perspectives. In fact, you might be feeling discounted altogether. Fortunately, the guardian angel Michael is present to help you remain grounded and centered, even in such times of being challenged or misunderstood. He counsels you to remain true to yourself and steadfast in your convictions, even if they aren't shared by those around you. Yes, it can be scary to go against the crowd and stand up for what you believe in, especially when it's unpopular or possibly ahead of its time. Listen, unpopular. All right, don't worry about how anybody. I can't make it up. But Michael stands by you and reminds you that this is part of becoming a spiritually mature soul. He helps you ignore popular opinion and stay true to your heart. Don't seek approval or doubt yourself when you don't receive it. Instead, Michael encourages you to stand on your full spiritual adulthood and claim your self-esteem by trusting what you feel and believe in. Do not abandon yourself to win approval in the moment, and don't be afraid to take a stand. After all, this is how you'll become the true leader of your own life. All right, so yeah, listen, even with this deep friendship with someone of the same sex, you might have people that, judge you, or friends that have judged you in the past, or give you bad advice, or tell you, that they don't understand, what you're doing, with this teapot. They could be talking about you behind your back, gossiping, or feel like what you do is weird, or they don't understand you. But either way, it's all about you standing strong and doing what makes you happy and not withholding yourself back and making whatever decisions, and you feel is best for you, and not worrying about anyone else, how it's going to make anyone else feel. All right, Virgo? So that's what I have for you guys. Love y'all, and I'm going to see y'all later. Libra. What's going on, Libra? We got Parrot in reverse. Here we go. Someone will gossip about your secrets. All right, so somebody, is coming out in reverse. So it's giving a past person, someone from your past that you're not around anymore. Yeah, listen, I'm seeing psychic. Oh, no, this is someone you don't know that this person is working against you. Psychic awareness and divine soul coming out in reverse. So you're not even aware that this person is working against you, all right? You need to tap in with your intuition, because with your spiritual ancestors and community coming out here, your guides have definitely been trying to give you this guidance, all right? Your ancestors have definitely been on you heavy, Libra, trying to make you aware to pay attention that you can't trust this person, all right? And with shame coming out in reverse, that someone is working against you, doing something very shameful behind your back, possibly talking about you, but not possibly. We know they're gossiping. They're very two-faced. This person is very shameful, and they should be ashamed of themselves for the behavior that they have done towards you. But instead, they're out here feeling very unapologetic in the energy, is what the ancestors are telling me. And so they're saying you need to hurry up and protect yourself from this person, because this person is definitely watching you with this psychic awareness, definitely monitoring you, definitely always wanting to know what you got going on, Libra. So definitely be mindful, all right, with this community and ancestors. This is giving me, altar vibes. If you have an altar, you need to light that white candle. If you don't, you need to meditate. However you talk and commune with your ancestors, okay, Libra? It's time for you to commune with your ancestors and speak to them, because they have a message for you. They want to let you know, they want to give you the guidance, all right, that you can't trust a certain person that you think is a part of your community, that you think is a friend, that you think is somebody that you can trust in. This person could be psychic, as you guys could both have gifts, all right, with this psychic awareness coming out in reverse. Y'all could both have gifts, but this person could be jealous of the certain gifts that you have in comparison with the gifts that they have. It's something about this lilac here, this lilac and this rose petal, and I'm seeing a fish and a bird. So this is a rainbow fish, so this person could be LGBTQ. Okay, it's kind of what I'm getting from that one. But listen, it's something about this parrot, because there's a parrot here and a parrot here. This person could just always be all up in your business, all up in your energy, always wanting to know what you got going on. Like, I don't know why, but this person is definitely, wanting to know what you got going on, and it's weird. So I want to read the shame card to you to close it out, because that is what they have pulled me to. So that is 35, and it's coming out in reverse, I think, because like I said, you don't know, you misjudging this person. You think that you could trust this person, and it's like whole time this person wants you to be sad, all right, with this shame here. This person wants to see you miserable. They want to see you in negative energy, all right. So that's pretty much what I'm getting. But let me read the shame card to close it out for you, Libra. It says judgment, severity, self-loathing, and poverty. You're at risk of falling under the spell of self-criticism because of poor choices or learned behavior. I told you somebody was giving you bad advice. Somebody, whoever this parrot is, That's telling you nonsense. And this is bringing on the energy of shame. You can always tell when this soul deadening vibration is present because it causes you to unconsciously pull back from others and the loving support of the universe and become isolated. That's how this person wants you, isolated. It's quite possible at this time to believe that the world is against you, making you want to hide, withdraw, or push it away. Nothing could be further from the truth. You are your own worst enemy at this time, but not in this case, because this is someone sending you that energy, sending you that negative energy to make you think these thoughts and have you thinking that you're your worst enemy. All right? As the universe never stops loving or supporting you, nor have the people around you stop loving you, even if you made terrible mistakes. After all, we're all guilty of this. And that's another thing, Libra, your ancestors are letting you know, like, we're always going to be here for you, with your spirit. They're always going to be there for you. It doesn't matter if you make a misstep. Everybody's made missteps and made wrong decisions, but don't isolate and hide yourself just because of don't allow yourself to be in this energy of shame or fear or feel like you gotta hide. If you do something in the public eye, don't let anything hold you back. Don't let people gossip and talking shit or trying to stop you or hold you back actually stop you. All right, keep going, Libra, keep pushing. All right, we got this. Okay, it says your divine helpers around you, holding you in affectionate, unconditional love as you struggle to regain your self-esteem. They ask you to remember your being here on earth is like being in a classroom. You're here to progress, and you'll make many, many mistakes along the way. That's part of your learning process and necessary for your growth. Your divine healers ask you to open your heart and forgive your mistakes. There's no mistake too great, nor any error so grave that it can't be forgiven. Pray for them to raise you above your self-criticism and re-enter the flow of the universe. Make an effort to see yourself with the same love that your ancestors see you with. Stop judging yourself. Make amends and apologies where necessary and move on. Their message to you, live and learn. So you live and learn. Like I said, for a lot of y'all people that you've already left in the past that was gossiping about you, talking about you, you live and you learn. You can't be ashamed. You can't be mad at yourself for, trusting in people and thinking that you could trust in people and wanting to see the best in people and believe in them and not think that they were, horribly, evil people and trying not to follow your gut feeling and your intuition. They're saying it's okay that you didn't always follow your gut and you didn't always listen. It's okay. Don't feel ashamed for that. Just know that you always have the opportunity to make mistakes, and that's going to help you to grow. And then once you learn, you won't make the same mistake twice. Trust me. All right. Or if you do, you still gonna learn something from it and you'll be better afterwards. All right, Libra, so that's what I have for you guys. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Scorpio, what's Scorpio? It says a wish is granted, but that's coming out in reverse. What is this wishbone in reverse? I'm seeing unconditional love, divine mother, suffering in reverse, and family in reverse. Okay, this is a heavy one. This is a heavy one. All right. So someone could be, someone's mother could be dealing with some sort of sickness or some sort of ailment at this time, could be dealing with some sort of suffering that she could be going through. And they're saying that, that just prepare yourself. Okay. Just always try to remember the unconditional love. All right, and the kindness, Scorpio, that your mother has shown you. Never forget all the moments that you shared. Right now is a time to focus on just being there, just loving on her, hugging on her, kissing on her. Just sharing as much love and talking about past memories. Just spending time with your family. All right, blood of your blood, bone of your bone, root of your root. Like, find out as much as you can. Ask as many questions about your family as you can. Before just ask all the questions that you want to know. If you want to know anything about your family, like, oh, what was granddaddy like, what was great granddaddy like, what was our family like, what kind of wounds have we inherited, like what kind of behaviors did we have that we might still be carrying on to this day. Like, don't be afraid to ask her all the questions that you want to know when it comes to knowing about your ancestry, your lineage, your genealogy, and your family. Okay. But I am seeing with this suffering in reverse. Now is not the time to be in your head. Now is not the time to, be feeling sad and worried and weighed down and in the energy of suffering. Now is the time to cherish the good times, the good moments. I don't care what the outcome is. Because I know a lot of people be like, oh, I'm looking for that aha moment. That I don't be looking for no aha moment. I don't want to tell somebody, oh, well, unfortunately, your mother is going to pass away, just for a person to come back and be like, oh, my God, you were so right, Mama Zoe. You were so right, Mama Zoe. My mom passed away. She sure did. Like, no, this is not, something that we want to be bragging about. So I don't like to frame the message in in that way. But life and death, it's a cycle. It's inevitable, and it weaves together who we are. It weaves together the fabric of time in our existence. And so I never look at death as an ending. I never feel like that's the end of anything. All right, if anything, it will only be an ending to the person suffering. They no longer have to suffer. They get to go be with God and be in heaven, and live out their days in good karma and happiness, and help us from above, right? Help their child from above with this unconditional love. The love doesn't stop. They just become one of our guardian angels. They just become a guide that's there to help us. All right, Scorpio. So that's the message that I have for you, and I'm sending you a lot of freaking love at this time. Cherish your family, because you never know when they're not going to be here. So now is not the time to have any arguments. Now is not the time to break up the family and have issues. Now is the time to spend as much time together as you can, and really show your family the unconditional love that they deserve, because life is short. All right, Scorpio. So that's what I have for you. Love you guys, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Sagittarius. Cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. Ooh, Sagittarius, you might be dissatisfied with how things are going on right now. Very, very ooh, I was about to say, ooh, so someone might have been siphoning off of you. Oh, your energy is depleted. Okay, definitely. I wasn't even going to say that, but you're definitely depleted. This card does say exhaustion. So you definitely feel depleted. You definitely feel like, I can't take another mother effing thing. If one more fucking thing go wrong at this point, I'ma fucking lose it. All right, this is what you're saying right now, Sagittarius. You don't want to go through another motherfucking thing in August, and I don't mind cursing, because that's how real it is. You like, oh no, I can't take it, and your ancestors are saying, release those burdens to us, my baby. We got you. Release those burdens to us. We'll take care of you. All right, you got divine angels, you got guardians, you got helpers who want to help you, who want to protect you, who want to make whatever it is that you want to get done a reality. All right, so they're saying release your burdens to us. Take the proper rest if you need it, but don't overwhelm yourself. Don't take on too much on your plate than what you need to. Don't allow yourself to really be so overwhelmed and exhausted to the point that it manifests as physical pain in your body. Okay, I'm seeing survival with healer guides. Yeah, you in survival mode right now, and it shows. And your ancestors want you to get out of survival mode. All right, they want you to know that God is going to carry you. All right, Isaiah 42 verse 3. All right, or is it Isaiah 43 verse 2? One of the two, but I know it's Hebrews 11:1. All right, I say it all the time. Okay, that you got to have faith in the things that you cannot see. That you got to know that even when it feels like you all alone and you all by yourself, no, you got divine helpers, you got ancestors. All right, even when you feel like, oh my God, everything is over, I'm so fucking dissatisfied with life, this shit can't get no worse. You know what I mean? When you feel like you're cracking under pressure, know that you can give those burdens up to God. You can give those burdens to your ancestors, and you will survive. You will overcome. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know I'm in. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. Anyways, I probably wasn't singing that wrong, but I probably wasn't singing that wrong. Oh, so I guess I wasn't singing it wrong. Okay, they said, however you sing it is right, baby girl. That's how our ancestors be. That's how they be stepping behind us. Confirmation right there. All right, they gonna step behind us. They love us and they trust us and they believe in us, and so they want us to come out better on the other end. All right, so don't worry, things is gonna be moving forward soon. You're gonna see some major movement and travel when it comes to your life. All right, you will overcome, you will survive. I know that right now you feel like you're in survival mode, but they're saying do not stifle your creativity. Do not stifle your imagination. With this imagination and creativity, guys, coming out in reverse. Don't start tying yourself to nonsense. Don't start believing that things are gonna go bad, and don't start thinking that everything's not gonna work out for your highest good or your highest favor anymore, because it is. It's okay to be a little bit delusional. It's okay to believe that that a picture is being painted for you, that you're a piece of art, all right, on a canvas that's been written, all right, and the stories continue to be written. The rest is still unwritten. That is what your ancestors are saying. The rest is still unwritten. Your story is not finished. All right, there's a lot of new still coming to you with this invention. It's a lot of new stuff that can still happen. Things can change in an instant as long as you believe in it. All right, so let's look at this invention card to close out the message. What number is that? 26. Okay, invention, creativity, guys. Adaptation, adjustment, transformation, challenge. Listen, it says sometimes life gives you lemons, but not to worry. Your creativity guys are on hand helping you transform your lemons into lemonade. Told you God gonna get you through. No matter how who you are or what circumstances you've inherited, life is always a blend of both the positive and negative. You always gonna have the ebb and the flow, the ups and the downs, the highs and lows. Ecclesiastics, baby, get in that Bible, deconstruct it and read it for your own self and get your own understanding. Okay. But anyways, it says your creativity guides urge you to be grateful for the pluses of your life and be creative with the negatives. They'll help you use your inventiveness to transform any adverse situations into one for the better. So rather than dwell on your lousy childhood, true though it may have been, appreciate the courage it developed in you and use it to change the unsupportive past into a self-reliant present, okay? Rather than endure an unfulfilling job, be resourceful and start the business you've dreamed of for years. This is not to deny the pain in your life, but to use it as an incentive to move to higher ground. Allow your creativity guys to serve you. They're not afraid of the lemons you've encountered in life. Gather their juice as fuel to invent much better circumstances and ask them for inspiration and ideas. They have plenty to share. I can't make it up. Didn't I say? Ask for help. Their message: when you get lemons, make lemonade. Listen, I love that. That was a beautiful message for you, Sagittarius. That's what I have for y'all. Love y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Capricorn, what's going on, Capricorn? Lily, spiritual love. Oh, you got a spiritual love. Okay, we got divine helpers with victory. It's going to be victorious, all right? It's going to be you're getting your happily ever after. That is beautiful. And I'm seeing deceit in reverse with guardian angels. So this is going to be protected. All right, your ancestors saying that this person is not wearing any kind of false mask. They're not trying to deceive you. They truly love you. You know, it's beautiful. Something significant about lilies here. So someone's name could be Lily. But or someone could just like lilies in general, but either way they say that this is protected and that and no harm shall come near this. All right, no evil. You're not gonna be taking no losses with this person. You're never gonna lose this person. All right, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and desert you. Listen, this person is never gonna desert you. All right, this is gonna be a beautiful, harmonious relationship that is blessed by the divine. All right, that has been divinely orchestrated is what this is giving me. That the ancestors is assuring that this is going to be a victory and that this is going to be happening. All right, the spirits definitely have something to say about it, and they say that y'all are always going to be intertwined with these two hands. All right, with these two hands, it's going to be an equal give and take here. Okay, from both of y'all. You see these spirals and things like that? It's going to be spiraling up. Slowly but surely, y'all going to be coming up out of y'all shell with each other. It's not going to be any deceit. It's not going to be any lies or anything like that. So it's just time for you to know that you're going to be victorious and to believe that you're going to get this spiritual love. Okay, so that was pretty straightforward and to the point. Let's read this victory card because we love a good victory. We love a good victory. And who wouldn't want to win? All right, we all winners out here. So it says triumph, leadership, success, accomplishment. Your divine helpers are present, bearing the good news that whatever you've been working on will succeed. All right, this love is going to be successful. The bad news, well, there really isn't any bad news, but there is reality, which in your case suggests that you can fully enjoy your success only once you recognize that you didn't get where you are by yourself. Oh, divine helpers. All right. They said, don't forget about us. Don't forget about us. Don't, baby. Don't, baby. Don't, baby. No. I'm weak. The ancestors is funny for that, for the Mariah Carey channel. But yeah, they said, do not forget about us when you get this. Okay. It says this isn't to suggest that you must diminish your light or be falsely modest in your achievements, not by a long shot. You deserve to shine, so please do so. But it don't mean that you got to be all in people's face like, yeah, I got to love, and me and my man is so happy together, or me and my woman is so happy together. Protect it from the deceit, all right? Protect it. You don't want to lose this. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you want to keep near and dear and close to your heart. So protect it, all right? It says, your divine helpers simply remind you to be grateful, and acknowledge the contributions of those who have helped you to get where you are. This includes your spirit helpers and guides as well, period. One final word. With success comes the challenge of standing alone in your light. Of course, you heard the saying, it's lonely at the top, baby. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be if you remember how you got there. Period. Your divine helpers message, share your spotlight. So it's going to be time for you to share your spotlight with your love. All right, Capricorn? They say it's lonely at the top, but you don't got to be lonely. And it will not be lonely for you because you got this spiritual love. You got somebody who's actually there coming in. And so August is going to be setting it off for y'all. August is looking beautiful for everybody. I'm loving the August predictions, y'all, for your general guidance. I love it. All right, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that you receive it with love, and I'll see you on the next one. Aquarius, I'm seeing grapes in reverse. It says time to go out and have fun. Listen, beware. Be careful. Get your priorities in order. I'm seeing restrictions coming out in reverse. You may be not wanting to restrict certain things, or you may not want to close up shop, put the lock on certain things, but they're saying it's really important that you lock up shop. All right, I've talked about this a lot, Aquarius, with y'all, going back to toxicity, old habits, bad habits, exes, people that you shouldn't be sleeping with, things just overindulging. All right, with this grapes card coming out here. So make sure that you take the proper risk, all right, and that you don't open your spirit up to something that you don't want to do. All right, never compromise yourself. Stop digging in the bottom of the barrel for people to love. Stop going back to people that you're not aligned with. Like, you have to figure out what's going on with your self-esteem. Why is it that you feel like you got to keep aligning yourself to things that is keeping you stuck, keeping you pigeonholed? All right, with this restriction in reverse. Aquarius, it's time for you to let go of what's not serving you. All right, it's time for you to leave shit in the past. Okay, it's time to cut shit loose. All right, said I'm finna get loose. I said I'm finna get loose. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I love being clairaudient, but the amount of songs that will just come to my head all at one time. Yeah, but they're saying that it's really time for you to focus up, all right, and make good choices, and stop allowing people, places, and situations to hold you back. Stop allowing, partying and indulging, possibly, whatever, smoking, drinking, doing drugs, sleeping with exes. Stop letting all that old shit from the past that's not serving you no more hold you back. It's time for you to let it go. It's time for you to focus with these priorities and get yourself in order, all right, with this master teacher. You got your ancestors, and they're like, what are you doing? Do you see how this looks? This person got two, and they're like, this is your path right here. Hello? Your ancestors are like, your path is right here. What the fuck is you doing all the way over here, Aquarius? What are you doing over here, Aquarius, when your ancestors are saying this is the path, this is your path right here, and this is where you're supposed to be walking? So why are you going this way? They're saying run away from all that shit. Get away from the heartbreak. Get away from the codependency, the toxic habits. Get away from all of that baggage. You gotta let go of all of that emotional baggage and leave that shit in the past and focus on new beginnings. All right, I can't make it up. With Divine Father, heal those daddy wounds, those daddy issues. All right, heal that shit. Because God is saying that it's time for you to have some new beginnings. And in order to have that, you have to stay in balance. You have to stay focused. All right. And listen, the divine is reaching out, trying to touch you, trying to give you that that understanding, that calm, that peace, that tranquility, so that way you don't start allowing yourself to fall into chaos and drama. Because it's always chaos around you. It's always drama around you because you're never inside. You always outside, overindulging, partying. You always doing something that you don't got no business doing. Doing stuff that's holding you back, that's causing you to dim your light. And they're saying it's time for you to start shining. It's time for you to focus up. And in the midst of that, it's going to be chaos happening all around you because the devil going to get busy. That's what happens. Once you start focusing and get your priorities in order and say, oh, I'm going to do this for myself and I'm going to do that. Oh, the devil's going to try to come for you for sure. He's going to try to pull you back. He's going to try to get you to go back to those old things that you should be letting go of. But ancestors is really urging you to focus, have your priorities straight, and don't go back to nothing from the past. Stay away from chaos. Stay away from drama. All right. Focus on a new beginning. The easiest way for somebody to trick you up out your spot is to have you indulge in chaos when you're supposed to be minding your business and focusing on yourself. All right, mind your business and drink your water. All right, do not play yourself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read priorities here. This is number 12. But they not playing with you, Aquarius. It's time for you to focus up for real. Like really focus up. It says priorities, master teacher, choice, reflections, decisions, commitment. For every new ambition, relationship, and experience you seek at this time, there's a commitment in place that must be eliminated. I cannot make it up. To make way for the new. Current routines, habits, and even types of free time must be sacrificed so that you can open up to new energies. Your master teacher is present, urging you to identify what must go. Be honest in your assessment and also be realistic and thoughtful in setting your goals so that you don't overreach and fail. Your master teacher reminds you that even though the universe does support your heart, it doesn't allow you to bypass the work necessary to manifest your desires. In other words, you're just going to reap what you sow. And the best way is to systematically move towards your priorities while simultaneously discarding what no longer serves you. So if you got negative karma, it's because you're reaping what you've sown. If you want to lose 10 pounds, you must release jelly donuts. If you want to work for yourself, you got to let go of the need for others to take care of you. If you want to create a new love relationship, then you mustn't brood over past heartbreaks any longer. The message from your master teacher: to reach for something greater, you must first let go of what's in your hand. All right, that is period. Okay, that is period. They are not playing with you. I'm gonna read Divine Father as well, because I feel like that was kind of what I already said. But anyways, adding more nuance. It says, new beginnings, Divine Father, courage, desire, initiation, and creativity. The spark of life from your Divine Father is igniting your imagination, stirring your creative genius, and instilling in you a strong desire to bring about change. Now is the perfect time for you to act upon your impulses and initiate new beginnings, especially in those areas of your life that leave you presently dissatisfied. That's funny, because that's what I said. The energy behind all of these readings is risk. It's taking risk, calculated risk, and making proper decisions to because favor. Oh Lord, favor and fortune favors the bold. Oh Lord, that was hard. Okay, Jessica, you couldn't get that one out, huh? I'm weak, so. Yeah, and now's the perfect time to initiate new beginnings and act upon your impulses, especially in those areas of your life that leave you dissatisfied. Trust your desire for change and ask the Divine Father to give you the courage to initiate it. Commit to your own unique ideas. Start writing that book you've been thinking about. Open that business you've been desiring for so long. Or break the ice in a new relationship with somebody you've held back from. The Divine Father is encouraging you to act in confidence. All the elements for your success are in your place. All right, you have it. Don't hesitate. Don't think. Don't play it safe. Take a leap of faith and commit fully to what you want. Go for it, because you cannot fail. All right, so that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that you receive it with love, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. And lastly, we have Pisces. We got Peacock coming out in reverse. Beware of great pride coming out in reverse. So yeah, you got to be careful of being prideful, Pisces. All right, I'm seeing grace in reverse with Holy Spirit. So there could have been, an issue with you not giving yourself grace, and you not really being compassionate and kind towards yourself. And if you're not compassionate and kind towards yourself, then you can't be that way towards others. If you hate yourself, if you tell yourself a lot of negative shit, if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, when you wake up in the morning, and when you go to sleep at night, then of course you're not going to like what you see from other people. Okay, so ancestors is urging you to get control of your emotions. Learn how to give yourself grace. Learn how to be compassionate towards you first, so that way you can offer that to others. I can't make it up with discontent and muses coming out in reverse behind that. If you feel discontent, if you feel unrest and unhappy with what your life is, then that's because you pretty much counted yourself out. You counted yourself out. You've already told yourself that it's not going to happen, that you don't have the capabilities. All right. I'm seeing intuition with inner child coming out in reverse. So yeah, it's really a lot about you not believing in yourself and stifling a lot of that inner intuition and creativity that you had since you was a child. You've always been talented. You've always been gifted. All right. You might even possibly have, be related to the fates or the muses from that Greek mythology. But I am seeing that, that energy has been stifled, and in order for that to come back, you have to give yourself grace. You have to take it one day at a time, all right, in order for you to unlock all of those gifts and those talents once again, and bring back whatever energy was taken from you or stifled. So they're saying, don't be egotistical about it. Don't be prideful. Don't have your chest all pumped out like, no, it's supposed to happen overnight. Like, no, you understand that you have to get certain stripes. All right, and you got to wear those colors proudly. Understand that, everything that you've been through, it's sort of been like an initiation process to get you where you are. I want to read all three of these cards. I'm not going to lie. That's the energy that I'm feeling. And once we do that, that'll be the end of the reading. So let's start with inner child. That is 42. Because Pisces, I feel like you need it. It says, and look how short it is. Perfect. Instinct, invention, trusted impulses. The door to your inner child is opening, and he or she walks through, bringing you the gift of intuition. You may not be entirely comfortable with this newfound source of insight and may not know exactly what to do with it. However, don't toss it aside or try to analyze it to death. Instead, accept this gift and play with it. Apply your intuition to non-threatening situations and learn how it works. Don't try to control it, because you can't. It's exciting and powerful, and it's to be respected and followed, not tamed. Trust your inner child's willingness to share its magic so that you may benefit. The message for you is, trust me, all right, from your inner child. And then we have discontentment from the muses. That is number 8. It says dissatisfaction, seeking, searching, conclusions. Sooner or later in our evolutionary process, each of us begins to realize that it's not the having that fulfills our soul, but rather the act of creating that brings us satisfaction. Contentment in what we've created, no matter how grand, inevitably subsides, and our creative juices once again long to flow. That's why the once ideal partner ceases to memorize. The perfect job eventually becomes mundane, and the great adventure becomes tedious. Yeah. Although there's a lot to be said for enjoying what we have now, we must nevertheless respect the fact that our basic nature as creative beings is to create. So the things that you may have wanted to create in the past, when you was a child or whatever, it may not be the same now. It says, without the process, we can't be fully content, at least not for long. Know that you're always going to be evolving and changing. And in order to fully be truly happy and content, know that your values is going to change. Your wants is going to change. The things that you want to create for yourself and do for yourself, they're going to change, and that's okay. It says your muses are present and they call on you now to embrace your creative discontent and undertake new projects. Their message is, see your frustrations as a longing to learn more, expand more, dare more, and create more. So yeah, learn how to channel your frustrations and your anger into writing, journaling, art, public speaking, all of those type of things, because I know that's what I do. And it always, always, always helps. And then we have Grace with 39. Lastly, to close out the reading. This was a beautiful reading for all the signs here. And thank you for anybody who stuck through and watched all 12 signs with me. So we got Grace and Holy Spirit. It says harmony, beauty, prosperity, and elegance. I love how all of these were short. That's why they were like, you can read all of them, because they all gonna be short. The Holy Spirit is filling your life with grace and ease. You're aligning with your purpose, and your discipline and focus are paying off. Everything you touch seems to transform into prosperity and beauty. This is more than luck. It's the reflection of the Holy Spirit flowing through you. This will happen once you start to give yourself grace, though. All right? Once you start to believe in this flow and this prosperity. The more you surrender to this divine energy, I can't make it up, the more you'll be gifted with synchronicity and flow. I hate when I say something and then it's like, you could have just kept talking. I was going to say that anyway. Oh, well. Trust your immediate impulses and act on them without hesitation. The Holy Spirit is helping you make the right choices at the right time. Your greatest challenge is to hold on to this joyous and natural, healthy self-esteem and not allow others to throw you into self-doubt. Believe in your dreams, your spirit, and yourself. Pray for the strength to keep your focus clear and your heart open. The Holy Spirit's message, walk in grace, all is well. All right, so when you start to be compassionate to yourself and walk in grace, then you'll notice that you can easily do that for others, and you don't have to take things so personally. All right, so that is what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that you receive it with love. Oh my God, with these burps. That is the reading for the month of August. Collective messages for the month of August. Predictions, what's going to happen for every sign. I hope that y'all enjoyed and got something from it. Let me know in the comments. I love y'all, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one.